Hey everybody, it's me complimenting Catherine. CC in the UP and hands free. Like and subscribe and share. Not Sonny and Cher. It's an old joke, right? I said it once before. Yeah, I look like I feel. Sideways, lopsided, crazy. I have been very tired and still doing the working gig, and believe it or not, just wrestling with it every single day. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I thought I retired. I don't know if I told you, I had a whole retirement thing, a whole, retirement. Well, it wasn't enormous because I didn't want some big shindig, but it was a retirement party nonetheless. And it was all the beautiful things that one would want when they have a retirement party. And then I got here, and then suddenly I'm, thinking about, oh, maybe I'll, apply for a job or whatever, do some part-timey things. And then I did that, and then got offered this full-time gig. Took it. I guess I'm telling the story over again, if I've told it before, but if you're new here, perhaps you'll find this interesting. So I took the job. My stuff that I was delivering from Chicago to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where I live, hence CC in the UP. UP stands for Upper Peninsula, Western Upper Peninsula to be specific. My stuff didn't get here for weeks, and so what coincided with my first day at my new gig, which was late August, and my house, I bought a house, and my house, then suddenly I have this enormous shipment of stuff that was moved from, kind of cross country. So, I've just been going. And if you've been with me for a little bit, you also know that my beautiful friend, who I've known since 3rd grade, who was my daughter's godmother, died right after she turned 60, right before I turned 60. And was in hospice, and there were other things that called me back to Chicago as well. So I've gone back and forth a few times, and it's not easy to go back and forth from where I live. I'm in a very rural area. I'm kind of in the wild, in the wild. So I have not been able to relax, and I woke up this morning and I thought, for fudge's sake, trying to keep it without the swears. For fudge's sake, I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't have to. But I got voices in my head, not actual voices, but I've got those opinions of others in my head, or are they actual voices, telling me, oh, but with the insurance issues that are happening in the world right now and blah, 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 it's better safe than sorry, and you should keep your insurance and keep your health care and bloody, 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 blah. And that's for the birds. I mean, what do you think? I want to do my thing. First off, I want a gap year. I did not go to college when I turned 18. As a matter of fact, I didn't even graduate from high school. I eventually did what I needed to do, and then I got my GED young, and then I did all the things that one has to do and went to college and stuff, but that was not until later. So I never had, I kind of went right from my parents' house apartment to living independently at a very young age and earning my own keep. And then after that, I hope I did the right thing. I did. After that, I lived with my parents, and I lived with my older sister, and then she passed away. A story for that would be another day. And it was really tragic. And then suddenly I was pregnant and married. And then decades go by, and through those decades I did a lot of things. I raised a child, and I had marriages, had a retread marriage, and he died. And so here I am, kind of living in the place I've always wanted to live, as crazy as that is, where all this snow is, right? And I'm fudging exhausted. Also, I have something called psoriatic arthritis. don't know if any of you know anything about that, but you don't have to be an old person to know that arthritis is painful, and this arthritis is kind of like rheumatoid. It's an autoimmune thing, and it's both annoying and painful. So in this new environment that I'm in, with the different barometric pressures and all of that stuff, my body is getting used to all of that. So, you know, listen, as the young people say, dude, you know, I wanna. So, what would you do? Would you bite the bullet and pay for your own health insurance in whatever way you could until your pension kicks in when you're 62, and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that and live on your income? I mean, your savings and so forth, carefully. You know, I'm good with that. Or would you stay and be on somebody else's clock all the time? And the paperwork with my job is insane. If I just got to go and hang with small human beings and, you know, and kind of help them through their worlds and whatnot, that would be amazing. But I don't. I have to do all this other crapola. Hopefully I don't get struck for using crapola. Anyway, yeah, retirement, dude. Retirement. I want that. I want to have the whole thing. I want the whole enchilada. And speaking of enchiladas, I found a Mexican restaurant, and I'm excited to go and get some Mexican food, authentic, at some point. So one of the things I miss about the big city is, you know, they don't roll up the carpets or anything. You can get what you want at almost any hour. But one of the gorgeousness of this area and the quaintness of the people and just the beauty and majesty and clean air far outweighs being able to get a burrito at 3 in the morning. So anyway, I'm so happy. Thank you for the new people who subscribe to my channel. And here's the other thing too. If I learn how to, if I retire for real, then I'll be able to do more with this, and we can hang out and get to know each other. And I don't know, are there any other people up north? I'm actually in the western UP. So, love you. And your compliment for today is, you can make really, notice how some of these compliments are for myself too. You can make choices. You can be brave and make choices. You can compliment your wishes for living a good life by being brave and making good choices. I don't even know if that made any sense. But the being brave part is probably the most important. Don't forget to tell all your friends about Complimenting Catherine, CC in the UP, and eventually the S show, that is the upstairs where I'm going to put all my art stuff out, will come together. But for now, see you later, alligators.